Coming up on Look Today, well, Mayor Joanne Yepsen of Saratoga Springs introduced the new Human Rights Task Force to the public last night. I've got details. And the debut of a Crosswalk in Time took place at the Bowtie Cinemas in Saratoga Springs. More on that coming up. And the Lake George Park Commission and law enforcement agencies work to permanently ban Log Bay Day. I've got those details. All ahead on Look Today. Welcome everyone, I'm J. Hood Jackson and this is Look Today. On tonight's program I sit down with Diane Labruzzo. She's the artistic director of the Dance Center of Queensbury. She's here to talk about an upcoming production titled Seasons Change that will benefit the Adirondack Ballet Theater. I also sit down with Dr. James Seeley. Now he's executive director for the Warren County Cornell Cooperative Extension. He's here to talk about the 4-H program, plus we've got your weather for the Tri-North counties. But first, these headline stories. Well, in our lead story, Mayor Joanne Yepsen of Saratoga Springs introduced the new Human Rights Task Force to the public last night. The meeting took place at the Music Hall in City Hall. The task force consists of 10 members, all from different backgrounds. Now, the task force is unable to create policy or police. However, they can educate and inform. This group is formed at a very crucial time. Recently, there were reports of white supremacy flyers found in parked cars and swastikas on the sidewalks, all within Saratoga city limits. Now, one of the key members of the task force is Angelica Morris. She's a founder of the Schenectady Human Rights Task Force, and she spoke at the meeting.
This task force is here as an ultimate community resource they can use to meet and address their needs. They're not a policy body. They're just volunteers that will educate, inform, and make the issues aware and work with the mayor. It's not politics. Politics cannot be within human rights.
Now, I interviewed Angelica. I'm sure you can watch that interview on our website. She's just a terrific person. In other news, the independent short film, A Crosswalk in Time, debuted at the Bowtie Cinema in Saratoga last night. Now dubbed as a creative PSA, the movie explored and promoted the Complete Streets Initiative. Well, a group of Saratoga Springs residents marched up Church Street on the way to the screening to demonstrate the importance of pedestrian safety and crosswalk protocol. Well, the 12-minute-long film took an interesting approach in highlighting the different aspects of the Complete Streets Initiative. Well, we were at the theater, and we spoke to Rob Wright. He's a producer of the film.
We are going to hopefully use it, and hopefully the city will use it, and the Saratoga Chamber of Commerce, organizations like that might be able to use it for promotional purposes and to advance, the cause.
And we also spoke to Charlie Samuels. He's a director, about what the next steps are for the Complete Streets Initiative.
The next big step for Complete Streets is to mandate requirements whenever there's a new building or an alteration of a building or an alteration of a street, it needs to implement Complete Streets principles. Right now, it just seems to be kind of an idea and some things are happening, but really what we need are requirements.
Well, switching from news to weather, today saw mostly sunshine, some overcast skies. Well, let's see how the rest of the week is shaping up. For a more detailed look at our weather, let's head to the Glens Falls Weather Center for a look at your first forecast.
Thank you, Jesse. Let's take a look. First off, we've got a frontal system in the vicinity. We've still got some cloudiness as this first system has moved on eastward. Some cloudiness, but a secondary system, and this low back to the southwest driving up. So a little break, and then some scattered showers back in the forecast. Here's our overnight lows tonight, upper 40s to near 50 degrees with the cloudiness in the forecast. We're expecting about 47 in Pottersville overnight. Our forecast, the patchy late night fog, but clouds linger, 50 degrees the low, winds from the southwest. And for tomorrow, sunshine between systems, sunny skies, a high of 77 degrees, some early morning fog. And then as we see that secondary front push closer, we'll expect to see the clouds increase as we look ahead at Thursday. Now, 57 to 61 for the early morning forecast, temperature-wise, under partly cloudy skies. And after that Wednesday, that sunny Wednesday, we've got showers for Thursday and Friday, clearing on Saturday, another round of showers and clouds on Sunday.
Hello. Back to the news. Well, the Lake George Park Commission and law enforcement agencies have been working together to ensure that the Log Bay Day event in Lake George will no longer exist. Now, these agencies will bar boaters from the bay on the day of the celebration, which is usually scheduled for the last Monday in July. Now, this is largely in response to last year's tragedy that involved the death of 8-year-old Charlotte McHugh. Well, we spoke to Mayor Robert Blaze of Lake George.
I have confidence in the Park Commission and in the DEC that they're going to come up with a creative way to avoid having that conglomeration of boats in Log Bay Day. Obviously, it wasn't a organized event. You have to be careful that you still want people to come and enjoy the lake on those days. I know that they've got a plan that will do that.
That's a tough one. All right, up next, I sit down with Diane Labruzzo. She's the artistic director of the Dance Center of Queensbury. And she's here to talk about an upcoming production titled Seasons Change that will benefit the Adirondack Ballet Theater. Plus, I also sit down with Dr. James Seeley. He's the executive director for Warren County Cornell Cooperative Extension. He's here to talk about the 4-H program. But first, if you see news happening, you want to share a story idea, how about join us for an interview? Give us a call on the hotline. The number is 798-8000. Well, that's all the time we have for this edition of Look Today. We're running a little tight on time, so I've only really got one lookout. Lieutenant Governor Hochul will be in the region tomorrow in Glens Falls for a press conference for the Downtown Revitalization Initiative, and we will be there and cover that for you. Tonight on Look TV, it's a Queensbury Town Board meeting, and don't forget, tune in tomorrow night for the stories that matter to you. Good night, everyone.